We have team coverage on the heat and fire danger from the North Bay to the South Bay today. Let's start with meteorologist Mary Lee.
And Michelle and Kenny tracking strong, gusty offshore winds, and that is why we have a high fire danger. Let's get right to it. Mount St. Helena, 42-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Mount Diablo, 37. Vacaville, 31. Sunol, 25. Mount Tam, 23-mile-per-hour wind gusts, as well as for Danville. So a red flag warning in effect now until 11 a.m. tomorrow for the North Bay Mountains, East Bay Hills, and the Diablo Range due to those strong, gusty winds, low relative humidity values, and that does mean an extreme fire danger. Also, with those offshore winds, we are heating up. So a heat advisory in effect today for most of the Bay Area due to the dangerous heat. Temperatures well above average for this time of year, soaring into the triple digits inland. And our 24-hour temperature change, boy, we are much warmer compared to yesterday at this time, running anywhere from 9 to 18 degrees warmer compared to yesterday. Well, the hot, dry, and gusty conditions in the North Bay mean the fire risk is rising. KPIX 5's Jackie Ward is in Santa Rosa, where crews are getting ready to fight if disaster strikes.
New this year, if there's a red flag warning in effect in the city of Santa Rosa, you will see a red flag in front of every fire station. The Santa Rosa Fire Department is facing two threats right now: fire plus the potential loss of power. This combination has led to increased staff and equipment.
And the theory being if a fire starts, we're going to throw a lot of equipment at it really quick and try to keep the fire small.
Standing by is an OES-funded strike team made up of 5 engines, a leader, a water tender, and additional dispatchers in the dispatch center. There's also a county-funded task force consisting of 8 pieces of equipment plus a leader. And CAL FIRE has stocked themselves up as well with aircrafts, dozers, crews, and engines.
It's what we do. Compared to October of 2017, we just don't want to live through that again. So a little bit of work and a little bit of lost sleep now to prevent something like that is well worth it.
A possible public safety power shutdown still might happen tonight, but PG&E has lowered the number of people it will affect in Sonoma County to 18,000 and to 5,500 in the city of Santa Rosa.
I do have generators, I have extra food, I've got extra water, I'm set up so that if anything should happen, I've got all my papers ready to grab.
I'm very concerned that enough may not have been done to make sure that we don't have another large fire like that.
Temperatures will possibly peak at 103 degrees today, which makes the National Weather Service consider this a moderate heat risk event. The weather, coupled with a potential PSPS, is why the Finley Community Center will open as a cooling center, both today and tomorrow. The red flag warning has been extended until 11 tomorrow morning in the North and East Bay Hills and the Diablo Range. In Santa Rosa, Jackie Ward, KPIX 5.
PG&E will let the Santa Rosa Fire Department know if they're going to do a shutoff at 12:30. While the threat of power outages looms in the North Bay, it's a reality in the Sierra foothills. 24,000 customers have had their power shut off because of the fire risk. Some of them are furious with PG&E for not helping them with generators to keep their wells working. It's unclear how long the outages will last because PG&E has to wait for an all clear on the red flag warnings.
I'm Ann Makovic in downtown San Jose, where recruits for the fire department are undergoing a training exercise despite the hot, dry conditions today, so they know what to do when a real fire breaks out. There are 5 scenarios 21 recruits are going through today, designed as close to real life as it gets. This smoking tower resembles a high-rise fire. This mock rooftop teaches them how to cut holes to let the smoke escape. There's a propane fire where an instructor controls the flames in case things go awry. And 2 structures that resemble homes where the firefighters are put to a real-life test.
They have to go in and find their victims, which are mannequins, come out in 0 visibility, and if they get tangled up, they've got to disentangle themselves in order to get out.
Today's high fire danger is only adding to the difficulty. The recruits are taking frequent breaks to cool down and hydrate. But this has been in the works for 6 months, and the department wasn't about to postpone it.
If we had a fire in a real structure today, we wouldn't say we're going to come back tomorrow and fight the fire. We have to fight it today. So they need to practice regardless of how the weather is.
The recruits involved in this training session will graduate from the academy on October 4th. In San Jose, Ann Makovic, KPIX 5.
And we will have continuing coverage on the Fire Watch on air and online at kpix.com.